What's going on, everybody? So how about them Gators getting that big win on Saturday? Listen, the season has not gone the way I thought, and I think a lot of Florida Gator fans were hoping. But, there was going to be bumps and bruises down the road. Going into Texas A&M, the 12th man. The Florida Gators struggled in the first half, but the second half, the defense made adjustments. No points given up to the Texas A&M offense. The Florida Gators defense got after Haynes King. You can tell that defense had a different feel to them in that second half. And, the loss to Brenton Cox, I think a lot of people were talking about it in the first half, like maybe it was a bigger factor than we thought. Man, I'm telling you, AP stepped up. Princely stepped up. Ventrell Miller, one of the leaders, if not the leader on that Florida Gator defense, stepped up huge. No points given up by that Florida Gator defense. Patrick Toney did a great job in second half adjustments. Got after Haynes King, who is a turnover-prone quarterback, forced 2 turnovers. And the Florida Gators played turnover-free football. That's what I love to see. Anthony Richardson was 17 of 28, 201 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also added 7 carries for 78 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 4 total touchdowns for Anthony Richardson. Montrell Johnson added 22 carries for 100 yards and a touchdown as well. Trevor Etienne, 17 carries for 80 yards. I believe that's going to be the stat line that's going to have to be needed against the South Carolina Gamecocks, that is the next opponent for the Florida Gators at home. So the South Carolina Gamecocks coming into the Swamp. I hope the Florida Gators get some revenge on the South Carolina Gamecocks because, did they whoop up on Florida last year? I hope the Florida Gators replay that and look at how they were or how that team was last year and say, hey, listen, we're better than that. And listen, Florida is favored in this game. It's a home game. The crowd's going to be ferocious. It's going to be loud. The Florida Gators are 5-4 overall record. They're wanting to get to that 6-4. They're wanting to be bowl eligible. They're wanting to get another SEC win. They are 2-4 in the SEC. They can hopefully get back-to-back wins. They had back-to-back losses going into the Texas A&M game. I think the Florida Gators were very motivated by that. And, in that second half, I saw a totally different team, especially on the defensive side. And, I cannot wait for this Saturday and what Billy Napier has for the offense and what Patrick Toney has for the defense. All right, so the other thing I wanted to talk about is the AP poll that came out Sunday. Georgia now is number 1. They're by far the number 1 team. I hate to say it, but they're the number 1 team. There's no one else really in their class. From 2 on down is just pretty much at this point, it's kind of like, all right, we're just going to put you here for now, especially the AP poll. Ohio State struggled. I'm surprised they're at number 2. I'm surprised Michigan didn't jump them. TCU, one of those teams that are just jumping up the rankings. They got a close victory over Texas Tech. They're ranked number 4. Tennessee only drops to 5. That was a shock to me. To me, I get the Georgia game. That it was a 2-score game, but if anybody watched that game, you knew that game was a lot more. It was a lot more than 2 scores. I feel like Georgia probably could have put up more points, but only 5. It kind of shocked me because Oregon right behind it. I thought Oregon was going to jump Tennessee. Oregon's been playing really good football after they got beat down by Georgia. Bo Nix and company are actually doing really well. Listen, I get what conference they're in. I get all that, but hey, they're playing really good football right now. LSU, one of the surprising teams with first-year head coach Brian freaking Kelly, who in the offseason caused all kinds of controversy with his southern accent that he developed with 5 minutes coming into LSU. But, man, I think the LSU faithful has bought into him, got the LSU Tigers a big-time victory at home over Alabama. They are ranked number 7th with a 7-2 record. They do go on the road to Arkansas. Could be a trap game. But right now LSU is ranked number 7th. Do not count out Arkansas. They're a pretty good football team is all I got to say. So LSU, be careful because that could be the one game that could get you in trouble. So you already had the heads up in the SEC West with the victory over Alabama. So all you got to do is win out and you're headed to Atlanta. So USC, they're at number 8. It's still, I don't know. I mean, them Pac-12 teams. And then you got UCLA right behind them. Alabama still at 10. I mean, they've had 2 close losses, and they're both on the road. They lost to Tennessee on the road, then they lose to LSU on the road, which is a hostile environment at night. Playing in LSU is a holy cow. It sucks for opposing teams going into LSU at night. As always, I appreciate y'all watching this channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. I appreciate it. Y'all have a great one.